Welcome. This video is for volunteers with pesky plant trackers. I'm going to show you how to use EDDMapS. EDDMapS is a website that maps invasive species, and it stands for Early Detection and Distribution Mapping Systems. Its web address is EDDMapS.org. And when you navigate to the website, start with a tab that says Distribution Maps. Then I scroll down a little bit so I can use this search bar, and I would type in the name of either of our plants. I'm going to type in wild parsnip. Maybe you'd want to try Japanese knotweed. And you can see our plant is recognized, so I can click on that. And this pulls up a map of places where wild parsnip records exist. So I'm going to ask volunteers to first start by looking at the legend in the upper right corner and uncheck the box for treated, negative, and eradicated. And the reason I do that is because I'm not interested in those records. I'm really only interested in positive records. And as I zoom in, I can see all these red dots with numbers. That means that within that general geography, there are that many infestation records. So up here in Minnesota, there are 6,134, and this is kind of southeast corner of Minnesota. And I can just keep zooming in to a part of the state or the country that I'm interested in. And now I'm seeing these individual balloons, and these mark individual infestations of wild parsnip. So small areas where there might be a couple plants or several plants depending on the size. So when I click on that, I get a summary of the record. It tells me the record ID. It also tells me the date it was observed, and that's really helpful for volunteers. If your record is old, say 10 years, it might not be a record to prioritize because the environment may have changed and those plants may not be there. But if you have a more recent record, that might be something worth investigating if it's in an area that you can conveniently get to. The record ID number here is hyperlinked, so I can click on that. And it opens a new tab that tells me more about this record. So it tells me latitude and longitude, where approximately this infestation is located. I can see there's a photograph taken from this site. And I scroll down, I can get a satellite map of roughly where the infestation has been observed. And that's really how you use EDDMapS. You could go back and do the same path to explore Japanese knotweed. And if you have questions, please contact the Pesky Plant Trackers Program Coordinator at peskyplants@umn.edu. Thanks for your time and happy tracking.